Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I look like a crusty potato chip right now. Today we are going to do a little like sit down, get ready with me, get photo shoot ready with me. I am going to be taking some pictures later today. I need some new headshots, some new content with my blue hair, so I am gonna get all glammed up, and I have a specific routine that I do when I'm taking pictures of myself or when I'm getting pictures taken of myself or whatever. So I thought I would sit down and walk you through that process. And yeah, if hold on. So yeah, before we jump right into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. It would mean the world to me, and let's jump right into it. All right, let's put a headband on because I'm not trying to get makeup in my hair, ow. Okay, so I did my skincare routine off of camera before I sat down. If you're interested in seeing that, I will link that down below for you guys, but I just washed my face, exfoliated my face, did my moisturizer, did a face mask, all that kind of stuff. Made sure our skin, excuse me, Lilo. Since you want to be so rude and interrupt, why don't you say hello to everyone? Say hello. Not to me, to them. This is my dog, Lilo. She's a little special, but I love her. Say hello. Anywho, yes, I just did my skincare routine off of camera, so that is done. So let's dive in. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime my face, and I'm going to do 1,000,001 primers. Oh my god, I'm disgusting. Okay, so the first product I'm going to go in is with this Glam Glow moisturizer, and this is like a lumizing moisturizer, and this is in the shade Nude Glow. This is actually one of my favorite products. I feel like I've only talked about it a couple of times here on camera, but I use it all the time. It's like one of my favorite moisturizers. I always put it on before I do my makeup as like a second moisturizer because I have really dry skin, and then it just gives your skin a beautiful luminosity. I wear this all the time when I'm not wearing makeup as well. So yeah, we're gonna start with her. Okay, then I'm going to go in with my Becca First Light Priming Filter. You guys know I love this stuff. So these two things are just really, really moisturizing the skin, making sure that we have a nice base to work with. Like I said before, I already exfoliated, and I had recently shaved my face, so I have no dry patches or anything like that. So hopefully we'll have a bomb-ass skin day. Now what I'm going to do is very bougie, but I'm going to go in with one of these face rollers and just kind of roll all of that into my skin because A, this feels incredible, and B, it feels incredible. Do I really have to say more? I don't know. This probably doesn't really do anything, but I just think it feels really good, and it kind of works the product into the skin a little bit more, and it feels good. Do I have to say that anymore? No. Try it out. Oh, like right here, right on your jawline. Even over the lips. Now that we've done that, we are going to go in with a little bit of the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer, and I'm just going to use this pretty much in my T-zone just to kind of fill in some of those pores, and then I'm also going to put it on my forehead because I have wrinkles there that I don't like, that haunt me, and I don't have enough money for filler yet, so we're gonna fill them in with product instead. Okay, so for today we are gonna do some cream contouring and cream highlighting. This is the Scott Barnes technique, and if you've watched my other video on it, you know that I love it. If you haven't, I will link it down below. But we are going to be starting off with our skin, and we are going to be doing that. We're gonna go in with our concealer. I'm gonna use my Tarte Shape Tape in shade Fair as usual. Okay, now that I look like Casper the Ghost, we're gonna add some color to our face. So I've been using the Revlon, no, not Revlon. This is the Makeup Revolution like foundation sticks. I've really been liking this to do my cream contour, and this is in the shade F13. I'm just gonna pull all my baby hairs back. I'm gonna do a little bit of contouring. And then I'm gonna take a brush. This is the JH10 for my nose. And then just taking a little flat brush, we are going to work this into the skin. Okay, so now that we look super fucking crazy, I'm gonna go in with my favorite foundation combo at the moment, and that is still my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear mixed with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk. And today I'm using the shades 430 for the Fresh Wear, and then 3.5 for the Luminous Silk, since I have a little bit of a tan on me right now. So I don't use a lot of foundation when I use this technique. Okay, so just starting with a little bit of foundation, we'll work this into the skin. And we go right on top of everything else. Okay, perfect. Now that our foundation is all in place, we are going to go ahead back in and set with powder. I'm just using my Maybelline Fit Me, nothing new here. And then for the rest of my face, I'm going to take my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk powder and then just lightly set the rest of my face. Boom! Okay, I just did my eyebrows off of camera real quick and contoured my face. For brows, I used my Benefit brow powder in shade 3 and the Precisely My Brow in shade 3.5, as well as the clear brow gel. I want to let this bake sit for quite some time because I want it to be pretty sharp and precise. So I'm going to zoom you guys in and we are going to work on our eyes together. Okay, when I'm taking headshots or taking pictures for content, I like to keep my makeup pretty neutral just so I can use them for several things. So I'm not gonna do anything crazy today. I have a couple of my favorite palettes in front of me, so I'm just gonna jump around a little bit and see what we come up with. But real quick before I do that, I forgot to do this at the beginning. I'm just gonna apply some chapstick so my lips aren't crusty by the end of it. Real cute foundation lips. Ew, that's disgusting. Oh my God. All right, we're just gonna let those sit there like that. Okay, first I'm going to start off with a light neutral brown shade. Actually, just kidding. Who am I, Erica? You need to prime your eyelids. I'm going to prime my eyelids using the P. Louise base, and this is in the shade Rumor 0.5. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and buff this into my eyeball. For stuff like this, I don't typically use an eye primer because I'm not using any crazy colors or anything like that, but it is hot as hell here in Virginia, so I don't want any of my shadows to transfer or do anything funky, so we're just gonna do a little bit of primer. Okay, so now I'm going to start with just a light neutral brown shade, and we're gonna put that into the crease. Okay, then I'm going to go in with a little bit of a deeper brown, kind of still in the cool / neutral family. I'm just gonna deepen this crease up a little bit. I'm just going over that with a clean blending brush now, just to make sure all of our edges are nicely diffused. All right, I'm going to warm this up a little bit, so just taking a little bit more of a warmer brown. I've been using the same brush the entire time. This is the M433. All right, awesome. Feeling good about that right now. I have the shape down that I want. Pretty simple, basic, nothing really crazy here. I'm gonna go in with a shimmer on my lid. I'm gonna go in with like a very pretty champagne gold beigey color. I am going to spray it a little bit. I like to apply some sort of shimmer to my lids when I am getting pictures done of myself, just because I feel like it makes my eyes pop and it makes them look like a lot more awake and open, and also just because it's a shimmery shade and it's reflective, it reflects light really pretty, so I always like to go in with a shimmer versus a matte. I've done pictures when I've only had matte eyeshadow and I like them, but my eyes just don't pop enough, so I always like to make sure I have a little shimmer on there. Okay, I just added some white to my waterline, again to make my eyes pop, and we're gonna do the lower lash line. So I'm going to take the darkest color that we used. I'm gonna take like the dark warm brown we used. By the way, for the majority of this, I've just been using the James Charles palette. So I'm gonna take that on a little definer brush. I am going to wiggle that right up next to my lash line. All right, then we're gonna take a little pencil brush and blend that out. Just gonna lightly blend this out. I don't wanna make it too smoky. Just like that. Alrighty, I'm going to highlight my brow bone really quick. I'm just gonna use like a very light shade. Just pop that in right there. It kind of reflects a little bit of a gold yellow. Using that same shade, I'm going to highlight my inner corner. Beautiful. Okay, so that's basically it for the eyes. I like to keep it really simple, really neutral, just focusing on the structure of my eyes and making them pop with those shimmers and the waterline and all that kind of stuff. So keeping it pretty neutral. I'm going to go ahead and pop on a pair of lashes. I'm going to pop on my favorites, which are Lily lashes in the style Doha, and I will be right back. Alrighty, so eyes are finished. This is what they look like. I like wearing false lashes when I'm taking headshots or photos of myself, just because who doesn't love a good false lash? I don't know, I feel like it makes my eyes look more open and awake and fluttery, and especially when you are taking pictures, you want to go like a little bit extra with everything that you do, just because the camera, this is if you're using natural light. If you're using studio light, that's an entirely different story, but I am a natural light photographer. So anyway, what am I trying to say? If you are using natural light, or if you are taking pictures outside, it's nice to go a little heavier on everything, just so that the camera picks it up. In person, it might look a little heavier or a little bit more dramatic, but on the camera, it's actually gonna look softer and more subdued. So that's why I like to, you know, add false lashes, add white to my waterline, things like that. Just make a big difference when you are taking pictures. But like I said, that's for natural light only. If you're doing studio, as in like lights and stuff like that, that's a totally different story, and I'm not gonna get into that because I don't do a whole lot of that. Anyway, okay, let's move on to the rest of our face. We'll wipe away our bake that we had sitting. Ooh! That is a snatched nostril. So when I wipe away my bake, I like to go back and forth first, and then I'll go in circular motions to blend out that line. Sculpted. Okay, so let's move on and finish the rest of our face. So first I'm going to go in with my Anasazi Glow Kit, and I've been doing this a lot recently and I absolutely love it. I've been like basically highlighting my entire face. So I'm taking the two colors Mimosa and Crushed Pearl, which are obviously the two that I've hit pan on, and I'm just putting this on like the apples of my cheeks and going backwards with it. And I think this brush is like the key to this, because it doesn't deposit a lot of product. So like, even though these highlights themselves are super blinding individually, with this brush, it just kind of lightly diffuses it everywhere. Then we're going to move on to blush. I'm going to use, this is the Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso. You guys have seen me use this a million times. You know I love it. I'm not really a huge blush person, but I like to add it when I'm taking photos, just because I feel like it adds an extra dimension to the face. So I will go a little heavier handed on this than I normally would. I'm just kind of blend it in with everything. All right, now I'm going to give my face a quick spritz of some setting spray. Just to lock everything in and start melting stuff together before we go in with more highlight, because anyone else's nose always run when they do their makeup, because mine does. While I'm waiting for the rest of my face to dry, I'm gonna go back in with our inner corner highlight, and I'm just gonna make it pop a little bit more by adding some setting spray. There we are. I want it to be nice and bright, just right in those inner corners. All right, another thing that I like to do is I'll take my sponge and I'll take a cloth and just kind of like get all the foundation and stuff off of it, and then I'll spray it with a little bit of setting spray, and again, just kind of work that into the sponge a little bit, kind of damp it off on a towel, and then I'll go in and really lightly kind of pounce over everything. This makes your skin look so airbrushed and flawless. Oh my word, I love, 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 love doing this step. And I just used a little bit of setting spray, not a lot at all. And I'm just kind of tapping over everything, just really pushing everything into the skin. And my skin right now looks so plastic and fantastic and Barbie-like. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, so moving on for more highlight, I'm going to go in with my Lancome Absolute Powder. And I'm going to use a little bit of this. I'm gonna highlight my cheeks a little bit more. It's like right on the apples of my cheeks I'll start. Just like that. And then I'll bring it up. I like doing this so like you can see like when I smile, you can see how like bright and just like ooh, just like cute, like you want to pinch it. I'll start it on the apples of my cheeks. So I'll smile nice and big and then blend it up like into my highlight area. And then whatever's left over, I just kind of bring over the rest of the face just to make everything equal and cohesive. Okay, and then for my actual highlight, I'm going to go in with the same color that's on my lids, and that is the color Face in the James Charles palette, for those that are curious. So I'm going to take a smaller brush for this. This is technically an eyeshadow brush, but it's really big for a blending brush, but it's small for a face brush, so that's why I like to use it. This is the M504, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that shade Face, a little bit of setting spray to, yeah, just lightly bring that onto the cheekbone. I like to highlight right above my brows because it gives them a little bit of a lift. I'll go back in and kind of pat everything over, blend everything in together again. And then I'm going to take my ring finger and I'm going to push this onto my nose. I love a good nose highlight. And then with whatever is left over on my brush, I'll just kind of bring it in between my eyebrows just a little bit. Bring some life and color right in there. And then we're gonna hit our face one more time with some setting spray. And this time I'm going to use a fan to dry my face. I do this because it keeps everything in place for so long. This is a great trick. Sorry, I'm trying not to talk without any emotions right now, so I don't crinkle my face. This is a great trick to keep your makeup in place. So set it with a setting spray and then fan it down dry. It'll make your makeup last so long, I promise. Perfect, so now that my face is all dry, I'll just go in one more time with that sponge, just really lightly tapping over everything, really sinking it into the skin. Okay, then I'm going just to wipe off the excess chapstick I have on my lip. And I'm going to use my favorite lip combination. This is my favorite nude lip combination right now, and I've talked about this a bunch of times, but this is the Kylie Cosmetics Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade Bare. So I'm going to line my lips first. And I will just slightly overline just because I prefer that look, but I don't want to do anything crazy. So every time I line my lips, I always start with my natural lip line and then I'll go ahead and overline it just so I have my bearings straight. All right, that's as good as we're gonna get for today because that lip pencil needs to be sharpened, but I don't feel like going upstairs and getting a sharpener. Now I'm gonna put on the lip color. Alrighty, that is it for the makeup portion. So my makeup is all complete. I think I look absolutely beautiful. I feel beautiful, and I'm so excited to go take some pictures. But first, we need to take care of this, this that we got going on up top on our heads right here. So I'm going to go grab my curling iron really quickly and show you how I style my hair. Okay, so let's move on to our hair now. I don't think I've ever done hair on my YouTube channel before, but I'm really excited to show you guys. I get a lot of questions about my hair, and honestly, I don't know a whole lot about hair. I just do the same thing that I've always done with every single hairstyle that I have. I own one curling iron, and that is this one right here. This is by Hot Tools. I don't even know what size this is. Does it say it on here anywhere? Nope, it doesn't. I think this is like a 1 inch or 1.5 inch curling iron. This is seriously so old. I've had it for years and years and years and years. I do have the one with the clamp. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. But yeah, this is my only curling iron, and I just turn up the heat all the way to 450, and then I'll let it warm up, and we'll take my hair down. Voila! All right, so first I'm just going to brush through it. I do have clean hair right now. I did just wash it last night. So the first thing that I am going to do is actually take a little hair clip just like this. I got these at like Marshall's or TJ Maxx like forever ago, but whatever hair clip you have is fine, just because I do part my hair. So I'm going to start at like the top of my ears and go back. And we'll start with that section. I like to work in smaller sections when I have short hair just because I feel like it's kind of hard to get back there sometimes. So I'll start with a smaller section like this. And then the first thing I'm going to do is go in with some hairspray. Ever since I dyed my hair, it is so soft and slippery. It feels so good, but it doesn't hold a curl very well. So I'll go in with some hairspray just to kind of prep it beforehand. And this one is the Big Sexy Hair Spray and Play Harder Firm Volumizing Hairspray. I do like this one a lot. I don't like have a hairspray that I am in love with. I honestly just go into CVS or Ulta or wherever I'm at and just pick up whatever. But this is the brand shampoo that I use, so I thought I'd try out one of their hairsprays. All right, so now that that's in there, I'll just go in and brush everything out a little bit. And then I will go in with one of my favorite products. Guys, I can't live without this. And honestly, I haven't bought this in forever, and I'm so happy to have it in my life again. Okay, this is the IGK Beach Club Volumizing Texture Spray. This is one of the best texture sprays out there. I absolutely love this stuff. I like this one and then the Orbay texturizing spray, but that one is lots of dollars and this one's a little bit cheaper. So I'm gonna go in with a little bit of this. Just gonna give it some texture. Okay, so you guys are gonna have to bear with me as I do this because all I have is my small little mirror and my monitor, so I can't really see what I'm doing and I don't wanna burn myself. Okay, so, and I'll take a pretty small section, about a 1-inch section, and I'll just take my curling iron, and I'm not gonna use the clamp, and I'm just gonna wrap it around as close as I can to the back of my head, and I'll leave a little bit of hair sticking out. I don't like to wrap it all the way around, just because I like that kind of like raw edge, like beachier look, just like with a little bit straight out at the ends. And I don't normally, or I wouldn't normally hold it this long, but like I said, ever since I dyed my hair, it does not hold a curl, so I have to keep it on there for quite some time. And then I'll just kind of play with it in my hands like this and let it cool down. And then again, taking another piece, and I am curling away from my face, so I'm taking my curling iron and placing it behind and then wrapping around. My nose itches. Oh, lovely. I just wiped off a chunk of my foundation. Hold, please. Okay, and then I'm just going to repeat that with 2 more sections on my head. Okay, perfect. So now we have all of my hair curled. So before I spray it with hairspray, I'm gonna go back in with some texture spray. Really get it nice and good in there. And then we're just gonna shake it out a little. And that is pretty much it, you guys. And that is pretty much it, you guys. It is basically all that I'll do to my hair. I'll go ahead and spray it a little. Alrighty, guys, that is it for this video. If you liked it, then please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment down below, and I will see you in my next one. Mwah! Bye.